Hey everybody, I am here today with Russell Kirkpatrick, who is the GM at Reata. And you guys, know Reata is an institution in the Fort Worth food scene, and so we're going to be asking him some of our questions today. So Russell, first question is, can you describe in your own words the significance of a shared meal?
Yeah, even as far back as growing up, most of the time that I remember spending time with loved ones was around the table. And sharing those meals, whether it was something as mundane as it seemed as a child, eating dinner with your family while the 6 o'clock news is in the background, or any of the big family celebrations, going to grandma and grandpa's for Easter, Christmas, any kind of birthdays, holidays. So really most of the memorable times that you spend with loved ones, at least growing up, was around a shared meal. And then you look at it even here. We are blessed to have so many of our guests come join us for celebrations, birthdays, and anniversaries, and so we get a chance to celebrate with them. But it all happens around the table, and it's the breaking of the bread, so to speak, that kind of brings people together and gives them a chance to kind of take a breath and sit down and relax and kind of forget about the outside world for a quick moment and share that meal together.
So just off the top of your head, how many engagements have you seen?
More than I can even count.
Yeah, right.
It's a very popular place to pop the question.
Yeah.
We've had some very creative ways over the years, but I would say at any given week, at least 2 to 3 a week.
Wow, really?
It's probably the norm.
That's fun.
Yeah.
And then you get to be a part of that. Like, you are forever part of somebody's memory.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We really kind of, embrace that. Our staff embraces it. So much so we kind of have to remember that sometimes, where to us it becomes normal. And remember, for that couple, it's a special moment, and we have to share in that excitement and really make sure it's memorable for the right reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, next question. What is one of the most memorable experiences you had personally around the table?
I don't know if it speaks to experience as much as just meal. My wife and I celebrated our 10th anniversary in New York City and had a chance to go to the Gramercy Tavern, which it's a Danny Meyer concept that I'd wanted to visit for quite some time. And, as a restaurant individual, one of the pitfalls of going out to eat with anybody in the restaurant business is you're always looking at whether the setting of the lights or the music, and so it was a great way for me to really unplug and enjoy spending some time with my wife. But you have to make a reservation a month out, and so I was waiting for the little tricks or something they would pull, and at the end of the meal, I just recently started planning a food and wine festival in Fort Worth, and the general manager comes over and asked. He just simply said, "So how's the planning for the food and wine festival in Fort Worth going?" I was like, okay, there's the moment.
There it is. Yeah.
So Google, I think, is their friend. But that was one that is the most memorable that sticks out to me.
Yeah.
And not only did I get to have that experience to try to pick up some tidbits from a great restaurant, but it was also an amazing time to spend with my wife and kind of remember how great the first 10 years of our marriage were, and then build upon the coming 10 years.
Yeah, that's a great story. All right, so next question. What has been just a favorite or a memorable moment you had kind of as the provider, like as the GM or restaurateur? What's a good moment for you?
We, like I said, we're blessed to have a lot of celebratory moments at the restaurant, whether it's wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners. One of the most impactful ones was a group that came over, and they didn't even have a reservation. They came in kind of late afternoon. It was about 1:30 on a Saturday afternoon. It was a group of 10 of them. They were dressed in suit and tie, and they sat down, and the staff member didn't know exactly what the occasion was, but had a great meal. And an elderly lady at the end pulled me to the side and started tearing up, and it was her husband's funeral that they had just come from, and just said that the server was the most polite person she'd ever come across. They had the cornbread, which was her husband's favorite, and it was those memories. We were one of the favorite places for him to eat, and they came here in his honor and just had such a memorable meal, unbeknownst to us, that made such an impact and a lasting memory for him. So that was pretty touching when you get a chance to kind of provide in that type of manner. It's a little bit different than the celebratory moments that we get to experience.
That's significant.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, last question. In your own words, how do you think food feeds more than just the body?
Oh man, I've always said community is built around the table, and it really does. Whether it's family, friends, whether it's people you don't know, barbecue right now is huge. Not only in Fort Worth, but in Texas, but part of that experience is standing in a line where it's not even the table, but you're just in community with somebody and you get a chance to visit with them. Where are you from? I'm from here, I'm from there. You get a chance to talk about their life, what they're doing. But there's so much of our life revolves around food at the table. And it's not only for nourishment of our bodies, but just nourishment of our souls, nourishment of ourselves. I think we were designed to live within community, and bringing those moments together, whether it be planned or unplanned. And those moments, they really revolve around just breaking bread together, spending time with loved ones and strangers, and the communal enjoyment of food is something that I think is truly, truly special.
That's great. Russell, thanks so much for your time today. It means a lot. Guys, if you have not been to Reata in a while, listen, they are still here for the time being.
We are.
They are still here, and this is always a great night out just to come and experience a little bit of Fort Worth and Texas, all on a plate. And they do it really, really well there, and they've done it really well for a very long time. So we want to encourage you to come out and support Reata. And thanks again, Russell. We appreciate
it
very much.
Thank you so much.
Right. Thanks, guys.